What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another video. My name is Nick, and in today's video I'm talking to you about how I plan to make $100,000 by the end of 2018 by using this app. Alright, welcome back. Really quick, I'm going to be doing a poll at the end of this video to kind of ask what sort of content you guys want to see more of. I've had a lot of people asking about vlogs or photography or online business and online entrepreneurship, that sort of thing. So we're going to do a little poll at the end, and so if you want to be a part of that, stick around to the end and I will show you that. Secondly, if you're not already subscribed, I bring videos like this every single week teaching people how to make money right from home, from your computer, kind of like tips, tricks, tutorials, shortcuts, sort of, I guess, hacks, apps, different things that I find. I literally go out and spend my time looking for ways to make money online and apps to use and that sort of thing. So I'm really pumped to show you this one. This is sort of a part 2 from a video that I did a few days ago where I shared sort of how to make a few bucks here and there on the app Mercari. And so in this video I'm going to do a part 2 and show you more how I'm scaling this, because when I go into something, I don't want to know how to make a few bucks off of it. I want to know how to scale it. I want to know how to get to, you know, the 6 figures, or at least 5 figures, but 6 figures. You know, that's what I'm interested in. There are people out there that are not interested in that. This can still be helpful to you if, you know, even if you don't want to make $100,000 on, you know, reselling people's stuff, your stuff, whatever. All right, so we are going to jump into this video here. Let me resize my little screen. That will work. All right. So, how I plan to make $100,000 in 39 weeks on Mercari. So from April 1st to December 31st, there's 39 weeks remaining. If you break it down, $100,000 divided by 39, you're going to come out to $2,564. That is very difficult, especially if you don't have some sort of infrastructure or business or clientele or email list or something already built. $2,564 a week is going to be really hard to cut. So, like anything, you know, you don't eat an elephant all in one bite, and Rome wasn't built in a day, and all of the other cliches that we can apply to this. By breaking it down to a weekly basis and compounding our money, we can build capital and therefore revenue and profits a lot faster. My plan is to really start on April 1st, 2018 with $20 of capital. So this is going to be sort of a case study. I've already begun selling and I've already made several $100s in just 2 weeks on Mercari, but I'm going to start with $20 of capital. I'm going to track it. I'm going to use my spreadsheet. I'm going to follow it, and I'm going to show you, hopefully, by the end of 2018, how I made a minimum of $100,000. Now, I say $100,000 for this video. That being said, I really think it's going to go way further than that. My wife and I have spent the past several nights sitting with our notepads and our calculators and sort of like plotting and planning and building Excel spreadsheet, well, numbers spreadsheets. I hate spreadsheets, but they help me do maths a lot better, and I'm not good at maths. So the examples that I'm giving in this spreadsheet is only multiplying our money by 2.5 times. So if you spend 20 bucks on merchandise, you're gonna sell for $50 total, like when all that merchandise is gone. All that is buying a video game at the thrift store for $2 and selling it for $5. Like, that's it. Now, mind you, this is not taking into account Mercari's 10% fee. So we are already assuming that Mercari's fees have been taken out, okay? So you wouldn't buy for $2 and sell for $5. You would buy and sell for $6. Okay, so you're tripling your money really, but they're gonna take 60 cents out. You end up with $5.40. We're only counting the $5. So it's really not hard. Everything I've sold, just about everything I've sold, I've done more than 3 times gross revenue. The reason that's important to note is because if I put in the spreadsheet a 3 times factor, the numbers would be so astronomical you wouldn't even watch the video. You wouldn't even listen to me. Even right now, they're still astronomical. And like, I have a feeling some people aren't even gonna listen because they're gonna be like, you're making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a week. $10,000 a week by the end of the year. I'm not even listening to this. But 2.5 is like basically the smallest I could go with still explaining how to make 100K. Now, if you follow the formula to the T, or to the letter, or to the number, you can absolutely do this with 2.5 times factor on your money. In this, we are not accounting for any shipping costs, because why? We have the buyer pay shipping. Do not pay shipping. The reason why is because Mercari takes 10% of everything that comes through the door. So any sale that goes out, whether you include shipping or not, they take 10% of. So if you're selling something for $10 and that includes $4 shipping, you're losing money on your shipping, okay? Better to sell that thing for maybe $8 or $9 and then take 90 cents than to pay $10 and then take $1, right? So just sort of my thinking, you're gonna lose more money, I feel, by including the shipping. They say free shipping attracts more buyers and you're twice as likely to sell. I don't know, that's debatable. My wife and I have both noticed that it doesn't really matter whether you put free shipping or not. People wanna see a good price, and if they have to pay a little bit extra for shipping, they will do that for a well-priced and well-posted item. There's 2 ways to go about this to make the 100K by the end of the year, and that is, number 1, sell a lot of little items. In the beginning, this is gonna be very easy because you're gonna be dealing with $20 to maybe $1,000 per week to buy merchandise. After that, it's gonna get a little bit hairy because when you're at the point where you have to spend $6,000 a week just on merchandise and post it, little things are going to be really annoying. It's going to take up a ton of your time, and you'll either have to hire somebody, which we'll talk about later, or you're going to be up for 18 hours posting things. So that's where we come into the number 2 slot here. Sell a less of an amount of things that'll be more expensive, right? Sell a less amount of more expensive things or items. There will be sort of like a balance. Whenever you notice, if you follow this format and you notice, you know, a tipping point where you're like, man, I'm spending all day long posting this stuff, or I'm spending 5 days to buy $1,000 worth of merchandise, it might be time to switch your tactic and go for more expensive things. And you can even break away from the Mercari thing and maybe buy stuff off of Facebook Marketplace, you know, bigger items, cameras, cars, or that sort of thing. Bigger things that are more expensive that you can still 2.5 times your money on. That's really the key. If you can do 3 times or greater, that's fantastic. But 2.5 times needs to be your minimum. Remember, once again, let me stress this, that this gross revenue is after Mercari has taken their fee. We want to see this number in our bank account at the end of the week. So let's break this down. Right now, I'm selling stuff. I've sold a few $100s worth of stuff on Mercari, and I'm kind of just building up steam right now. I was going to start this for mid-March, but my wife Leona was like, you know, maybe we should just start it for April or May. And me, I'm a hard charger, and so I said April 1st, we're kicking it off. We're going to take $20. We're going to throw it into probably some good video games. We go to the really, really upscale, ritzy thrift stores and Goodwills in our area, and we buy video games. These people just drop off perfectly good video games. You get them for $2 or $3. You can sell them 10, 12, 15, even $20 sometimes. At one place, I actually bought the entire set of Star Wars movies, DVDs rather, and bought them for $2 a piece, and have sold all of them for $16 per DVD. An amazing turnaround there. You start off with $20 capital on the 1st of April. This is your deadline. So in 7 days, from the 1 to the 7 of April, you want to make $50. Okay, it doesn't seem like a lot, but this is where we have to be. My wife and I are firm believers in giving to charity and to nonprofits and helping. It also helps with your taxes, right? It's a good write-off. It helps you feel good about yourself. It's sowing seeds of good and kindness to others. All around, just a really positive thing. So 10%, just $1 out of every 10 that you sell. So $5 will go to charity. The next is 50% you're gonna set aside to go shopping for the next week's merchandise. And then the remaining 40% of that will go to your pocket for your work. $20 in a week, not a lot of money, not exciting, but it's what you get, okay? So you get your initial $20 back in your pocket. You have $25 to spend. The next week, you're gonna turn that $25 into $62.50. You're gonna give $6.25 to a charity or nonprofit, $31.25 to reinvest, and 25 bucks back in your pocket. So basically every week, what you spend as your capital, at the end of the week, you should, if you do things right and correctly, you should get at least that back in your pocket. Now, if you sell more than 2.5 times your initial capital, your initial investment, then great, you'll get more money in your pocket. You'll also have more money to reinvest, which is what we're really counting on here. Let's see. Now, the charity. If you don't want to give to charity or to help others or whatever, first off, I would implore you to reconsider, because be the change that you want to see in the world and make people's lives better. However, if you're stone set against helping others, no guilt, no judgment, you can either split your money 50-50, so 50% reinvest, 50% profit, or you can do like a 60-40. The number one thing you want to remember about your reinvest percentage is you don't want to have a lower reinvest than you have a profit. So if you're taking more in profits and less in reinvestment, then you are doomed for failure, because you're paying this much out, but you're keeping this much. You're overextending, right? You always want to take less and put more into the business. Take less, put more into the business. If I could live off of 25% of everything we bring in, which eventually one day we'll get to, I would do that, because if I can dump 75% back into the business, we'll be growing at a 3 times rate than what we are taking home. So that's sort of my goal. But let's go through this. You'll notice, weeks 1 through 8, so the first 2 months, not a lot going on. You get up to the $100 mark, almost $100. Also, sorry about all the decimals. I tried to get it out of my spreadsheet. I can't do it. So we're like, I don't know why it's giving me to the 10th cent. Like, I don't know, whatever. Just pay attention to the dollar amount. By the end of the second month, you're only at $95 of capital. You're trying to turn that into $300, and the next week you have $150 to spend on merchandise, but it goes really fast from there. So the first 8 weeks you get up to $100 just about. So the second 8 weeks, right, you're up to $568. Not a lot of money. You're starting to get there. That's in 1 week, like $568 a week. And remember that what you're spending per week for your capital is, in turn, if you do everything right, what you'll get as your profit at the end of the week, as long as you're 2.5 timesing it. It's super simple. Let's say down by week 30, you're up to $12,924 of capital that you'll spend on merchandise. Now, down here is where it's going to get really hairy. What do you do when you get to this point where you have to spend 13 grand in 1 week to buy merchandise, and you have to post it? Well, you either step it up to bigger, more expensive items, which may not convert or sell as well on here. So you might have to try out other platforms such as Craigslist, maybe branch onto eBay, but eBay is really expensive in fees. So you would need to at least quadruple your money in order to cover fees. I wouldn't recommend going that way. What I would recommend doing is, at this point, hire somebody that will help you do the work. Hire an employee, hire 2 employees that you pay $750 a week, about $3,000 a month, and they help you do this. You'll scale up quicker. Now, my wife and I talked, and when we do this, as we get to the point where we're making, $2,000 a week, we're going to sort of cap ourselves at $5,000 of profit per month. And so that 40% to profit will actually come in a lot lower as we go along. That'll start to dwindle, and that's getting into the 25% profit that I really want to shoot for. I want to keep 25% of everything we make and then put the rest into reinvesting, buying new merchandise, buying new stuff. And so when you're down here making $8,000 on week 28, you're making $8,000 in a week. You don't need $8,000 in a week. That's ridiculous. You would do far better to just keep maybe $2,000 or even $1,500 that week, and dump the other $7,000 into hiring an employee, hiring 3 employees to help you work. You still have your reinvest money set aside, so it's not going to stop up the flow of your business. That's the key to scalability. But the money that you have for profit or to spend on employees is not more than the reinvestment money, because if you do, then you're downhill. And so we just keep going week by week. And let's say when you get down here, maybe at a certain point, because you're dealing with such high volume of merchandise, maybe at some point down here, you're not making 2.5 times, right? Maybe when you get to the point where you're making, where you're spending $5,000 a week or more, maybe you're only getting 2.3 times. Okay, maybe you're not quite hitting the 2.5. That's still okay, because you're still growing. As long as you don't hit the 2x mark or less, you're okay. Why not the 2x mark? Why do you not want to stick with just doubling your money? Because the way we're working with this, we're taking 50% for the reinvest. So let's pop back up to the top here and I'll show you what I mean. If you had $20 and you just 2x'd it, now you got 40 bucks, okay? If you took 50% of that, that's only 20 bucks. So you're gonna just put 20 bucks back down here. And you 2x it, you make $40, but then you put 50% down, that's only $20. So your 20 bucks never actually does anything. It just makes you $15 or $18. You'll never really get anywhere with it. So it has to be more than 2 times after all the fees are taken care of. How do we account for the fees? It's really simple. When you're on the Mercari app, it'll ask you your price. You put in the price and it'll tell you what Mercari is going to take. You can adjust your price from there to make sure that you're hitting your mark that you need for that. You're hitting the take-home price of 2.5 times whatever you bought the item for. I have a spreadsheet. I will include that down below. You can click a link. You can go get the spreadsheet and download it to your computer, or it'll email to you, whatever. I hope this makes sense. I hope you understand. I can include this spreadsheet just as it is so you can kind of peek through and look. If you screw with any of the formulas, you'll mess it up and then you'll have to like come back and re-download. I hope this has been helpful. I hope that someone picks this up and runs with it. If you don't have $20 capital, if you're like, Nick, I don't have $10, what can I do? You can simply go around your house and sell stuff. I guarantee there's a plethora of stuff that you don't use. Maybe some old jewelry, maybe a watch, or a pair of shoes that are in good condition that you don't really need. Like ladies, if you're anything like my wife, she's got 17,000 pairs of flats. She could sell some, make $20 really quick. That's the reason we started this on April 1st, so that you have the opportunity over the next 2 weeks to sell stuff and build up $20. Then when that day comes, boom, you go out, take your 20 bucks, you go buy $20 worth of stuff, and you flip it and sell it. Once you get to the part where you have to deal with a lot more inventory, you can actually buy stuff off of AliExpress. I bought a couple watches for $2 a piece. I'm gonna try to sell them for 10 bucks plus shipping. And so that should be $14 total for the buyer. They're getting a $14 watch, brand new, but decent quality. And that will sort of kind of get the juices flowing for this setup. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you like this sort of thing, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, consider subscribing. Like I said, I bring videos like this every single week to try to help people to make some money from home. If you're not into making like 100K by the end of the year and you don't really want to give up your day job, that's cool, man. Like, sell a few things around your house, buy a few things at the thrift store or at Ross or TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and then just like flip it. And if you only flip it for, 2 times, you'll make your money back and then some, and you don't ever have to do it again if you don't want to. This is simply for the people that want to learn to scale. I'm like the only thing that goes through my brain is when I learn how to make money on something, I say, how can we scale this? How can I grow it so big that, like, has the first millionaire been made with this app Mercari? No. Besides the CEO who launched it, the first millionaire has not been made from this app. So that slot is open, and y'all, I'm running and gunning for it. $100,000, like I may have mentioned, is not actually like my literal goal. I dumbed it down way down. I think I'm going to do far beyond that this year. I'm confident that I'm going to do far beyond that. I'm doing product research every single day, charting things, watching what's selling, watching what other people are doing. I think I'll do well beyond 100K just off of this app, not including my photography, not including my YouTube channel, not including affiliate marketing and ClickBank and Max Bounty and all these other things that I've kind of got my fingers in. I think I'll do well beyond 100K, but I want to chart this and I want to sort of do, I don't know if you call it a case study or sort of just like a series, maybe, like how to make 100K using your phone in a year, in like less than a year, right? In 3 quarters. The poll. I almost forgot the poll. On my channel, I have a lot of people that had messaged me and asked me like, hey, do more lifestyle vlog kind of stuff, include your family. I have 3 little kids. I have a 6-year-old boy, a 3-year-old girl, and an almost 2-year-old boy, like 21 months. And it is mass chaos. And like, some people have expressed interest in seeing some of that stuff. If you would like me to stick more with tutorials, photography, and entrepreneurship tutorials, there will be a card up here, so I think right here. And so you can just click on that poll and say photography and entrepreneurship tutorials. If you'd rather me do more vlogs, click the vlogs, or I'll add a third option for both, like a 50-50 split. The vlogs would be more like home video style, because I love the home video style, not so much the Casey Neistat vlog style, but like home videos. I love that. And so that's kind of what we would be shooting toward. Maybe we'll do it, maybe not. Like I said, with 3 little kids, my house is a wreck. It's always crazy. Someone's always yelling or going nuts. Music is always blasting, and so it might be fun. Okay, I think that's all I've got today. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below if you have questions. Okay, bye.